On you.
One more breath.
No, don't do that, because then you're gonna need to breathe.
Today, I want to talk about my tattoo. Now, first off, what is it physically? It's a semicolon. What does this mean? There's a project called the Semicolon Project, which I'm oversimplifying, but is essentially a mark meant to combat suicide. The reason they put it on the wrist is kind of more towards people who cut their wrists or have issues with that. But it just really covers suicide in general. The semicolon being a direct correlation to writers. If you're a writer or have read a book, I think I've read a couple, refers to a writer writing a sentence ends a sentence with a period. When they change their mind and decide that sentence needs to have more information, be longer, they use a semicolon to make the sentence longer. It was a point in the sentence where they could have ended it and decided not to, and to keep going. And that's really beautifully metaphoric to suicide, anti-suicide. A place when you thought you could have ended it and then changed your mind and decided to keep going. Now, why did I get this tattoo? Well, I've never, and I don't want to paint the picture that I have because I've never been insanely close to the point of suicide. Yo, first off, you guys ain't seen this kid in a minute.
My hair's addicted.
He's still ugly as shit. Look at that clothes. Look how, no, it's not clothes, it's skateboards. So I'm about to get my first tattoo, courtesy of, that wasn't impressive. Not that it had to be.
Is that Ben Gay?
No, it's A&D.
Same thing.
You find it in the baby aisle. It's the best stuff to use, so they say, many professionals. If you want to buy it, it's only a couple dollars, and it's on almost every CVS, Walgreens, everything at the corner store that you can possibly buy it.
Anyway, I'm about to get this tattoo done. First tattoo. Stick around the end of the video.
Ignore the fact that my box is a mess, and that already looks unprofessional.
That does look really unprofessional. I'm gonna get scurvy.
No, you won't.
Silica? That's not a disease.
What is
We
what was I trying to say?
will alcohol soak everything to sanitize. You don't gotta worry about it.
I'm not actually worried. So we're gonna do that. I'd personally never gotten that close to suicide. I'd definitely gotten in the ballpark a few times, but never in the actualization of really doing it. More that certain things would lead me to at least consider or think about it. More think of what the consequences would be to everyone else if I had done it. It was never really something that affected me to that level. It really affected a few of my friends and family members, specifically my brother, who I had at least one or two scares with, which fittingly enough is the one who gave me this tattoo. You see, for me, it always got to those points where I'd have a real dark situation, real dark moment, and I just wouldn't know what to do. And then, when I was younger, at least, I would just pick up a pencil, start drawing something. I'd pick up some Legos and start building something. And it was just that mentality of creativity, creating something. I like to think of it almost like a phoenix. It's from the ashes of this despair, something new would come out. And I would draw, or I would build Legos, or as I got older I would start programming, making applications, making video games, none of which I've actually released that I should. Eventually making YouTube videos, making podcasts. My mentality was just always, every time I got sad, depressed, or pushed to that depressing, dark area, I would just use it as a way to occupy my time to create and build stuff. But I would also get something out of it, which was learning a new trick, learning a new trade, building something, becoming a better video editor, becoming a better programmer, becoming a better sketch artist. And I'm not saying that that's something I think anyone who's dealing with depression or suicidal thoughts should do. It's more that I think, and I truly believe, everyone has something that they can go to in those times. For me, it was creating. For you, it could be any number of things. And then there were times when there was nothing. I'd be depressed, I'd be in despair, things would be going wrong. I wouldn't have Legos nearby, I wouldn't have a pen and paper nearby. And I couldn't create. And those were the times that were the darkest, that I maybe got the closest that I'd ever gotten. And that's why I got this tattoo. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little panicky. Mostly because I don't like pain. Back to it. So I remember when I got this tattoo, and I'm gonna explain something that I really think is true. I don't know if there's a term for it, but it's memory or like feeling accolation. I don't think accolation is the right word, but essentially, have you ever had a memory that you forgot you had? You're having a conversation with somebody, they say a word or phrase or sentence, and then bam, a memory you don't even remember you had came back to you out of nowhere. It was just triggered. It was a trigger for it. And once you got it, you're like, I can't believe I forgot all about that. That's awesome. And it's not just a memory, it's also feelings associated with those memories. So what I wanted to do is I thought, and I made a list of all the really great memories I'd had doing those creative things when I was in those dark places. The feelings that came with that positivity that I was trying to pull out of the darkness. And while I was getting that tattoo, all I did was focus, other than, you know, cry a little bit because it hurt a little bit, was really focus on those good feelings, those positive vibes, and those great memories. For the entire 10-15 minutes I got the tattoo. Focus, deadlock mental thought was on that. And what I believe happened is this tattoo now has become the trigger for those memories. So when you're in those places, or when I was in those places, and I didn't have a sketch pad, I didn't have Legos, I didn't have software to program, and I just had nothing to do but be in despair, there was nothing to pull me back out. Now I have this. So anytime I'm in despair, anytime I'm in a bad place, and I don't have anything around me that I know will help, all I have to do is look at this. And it has become a mental trigger for all those great memories and feelings. And if I'm depressed, I look at this and I think of them. I think of those great times I've had. Fun trips I went to California. Dude, we're riding around Google on the Google bikes. I'm pretty sure I can die now. Like 100%. What? Yo, this is so sick. About to ghost ride the whip. Yo, we out here, cuz. Wow. Hanging out with my brother in New York City.
Huh? You saw that, right?
That was strange.
I'm gonna redo it just in case that messed up, and if it did, this is just for fun.
You know,
The one time my app blew up on the internet and I got tons of reviews that were all good. See, I'm just thinking of it right now is making me happy again, and that That was the point. That was why I got got this tattoo. That is the meaning behind this tattoo for me. And I guess the point of this video is, but I wanted to do something different. And for me, that wasn't just creating something that was meaningful to me at the time, but creating a trigger, a mental trigger to remember those warm feelings and those great memories, and to not just be meaningful then, but meaningful in the future and helpful in the future. And that is my tattoo. And it doesn't have to make sense. See you guys tomorrow.